The universe is a machine for making gods. Earth is a schoolhouse earth. The trials, the tests, those obstacles to the expansion of our consciousness, whatever they may be in your reality, in my reality, all of this matters. And I've talked about a massive sort of redirection in my life that took place in 2021 between August and September. And I made a choice. The choice was presented to me, and I made my choice which path I was going to follow. And I was very close to going another path, much darker, much more dangerous path. But I'm going to tell you this. If it had not been for a voice telling me that I'm special, that I am special, and that's what broke me from the spell that I was under, from the path that I believed was mine to take, and telling me that I'm special, and me understanding that yes, there is an aspect of myself that I had not been accounting for up to that point, really. I had been living my life in rebellion towards that aspect of myself. And I'm talking about that divine aspect that we all possess to one degree or another, that makes us special, that makes us sons and daughters of a creator, that created us with higher intelligence, with a conscious, with awareness, that sets us apart from any other being in this earth, in this planet. And I'm going to tell you, there's a great deception that's taking place, and many people have fallen for it. And the deception is that you can do anything that you want. It's okay. Just do whatever you want, and they've legalized everything, currently, to make those choices much easier for people. If that's what they're in their heart, if they have a rebellious, reprobate spirit that is accepting this life of immorality, of sin. I don't know any other way to say it that sounds perhaps old-fashioned to people, but I don't care what generation you are, what your viewpoint is, your actions do matter. And there is a great deception taking place. And I come from a background where I played music in a heavy metal, death metal, black metal scene, where it was a lot of bands and music that took for their thematic material satanic imagery and such. And of course, I amused myself by letting the more overtly satanic bands know that, hey, you guys do realize that you're still Christians, right? And they would just look at me like all, confused. And I say, no, well, you're still within the Christian paradigm, Satan, God. And so anyway, but the point is a lot of people embrace that path or that outlook because they saw it as freedom, as ultimate freedom. But I'm going to tell you, in organized religion, God and the Satan are one and the same. And all darkness comes from the God to test those, to let people make their choices. But I'm going to tell you, I know it because I went through this, and it was a very mystical, metaphysical experience. And I know for a fact that those who have chosen darkness, those who embrace Satan and embrace their lifestyle, whatever it is, believing that they have the right to live how they want to, satiating all their desires, telling you, you are a slave. You have been trapped in matter. You have been trapped, encased for all time through the choices that you make. If you choose to glorify this genetic vehicle, this flesh suit, this meat uniform, human uniform, because all it is just a vehicle for consciousness. That's like a person who overly idolizes their car to all other events or elements in their life. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share this verse with you in Galatians from the Quantum Bible, Galatians chapter 4, verse 8. Formerly, when you did not know God, you were slaves to those who by nature are not gods. So it's important to realize that there is right now a great separation between those who are, and this is an energy separation, those who are embracing rebelliousness, taking the path, the mark of the beast, and those who are accepting to live through their divine consciousness, who are striving to increase, to better their consciousness, to separate the wheat from the chaff. And it's a discernment that we all must do in our own lives, that we must take the path. I did it. I turned my back on a lot of things, almost everything in my life at that time. I turned my back on when I went through my own separating the wheat from the chaff. When I met the guardian, the lurker at the threshold, the guardian of the threshold, and Anubis came and weighed my heart against the feather of truth, Mot. But it was an angel whispering in my ear. And it wasn't so much an intuitive voice. It was an actual clairaudient experience telling me that I was special. And that broke me from everything. That broke me from the path that I was headed. And in that time, it culminated in the Kundalini activation, where my crown chakra was activated. A very mystical experience. And I believe that everybody right now in this day and age is going through that same experience in their own way. Whatever level they're at, they're having to make their choices. Because as Yeshua has said, be thou either hot or cold. If you're lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. And people are being separated. You're having to make your choice, whether you're in the camp of the Antichrist, the beast system, accepting that, lawlessness, or if you're choosing to better your consciousness on the path, the mark of God. In Hebrew, I believe it's the letter, they said it was the Tav, the mark of God, the energetic signature of consciousness, that you've chosen to see through the illusions of harmonic universe number 1, which is dimension 3 of the absolutes, and rise to the next dimension and become a citizen of the New Jerusalem. The choice is yours, but I'm telling you, based on my experience, it is a very, very real choice. And you do not want to end up a slave to Ha-Satan. You don't want to end up a slave to the Luciferian artificial intelligence hive mind beast system. Unless you do, that could be your choice. But I woke up one morning knowing what it meant to be a slave. And I had to make my choices. And I made my choice. And I'm infinitely and eternally pleased with the result, with the path that I've been on, with what God Source has allowed me to partake of, as I see every day my life improvement, as my consciousness improves. Despite no matter what's going on in the world around me, I'm infinitely, eternally thankful for choosing the path of the God mind, of the energy, of eternal expansion of consciousness and growth of spirit. And I hope you make that same choice too. Also, hit the subscribe button, leave this video a thumbs up. Namaste, namaskaram.